So while I fully believe that the UFC will make Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, while I fully believe that fight will be made for UFC 310 instead of Bilal versus Shavkat because Bilal pulled out, um, there is the very, 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 very small possibility that Kamaru Usman will fight Shavkat Rakhmonov for the interim welterweight title at UFC 310 instead of Alex versus Magomed Ankalaev. I think it's a very small possibility. I highly doubt that they make this fight instead of Alex versus uh, Ankalaev. But in any case, it's still an interesting conversation to be had, and it's an interesting fight to make, and it's a good fight to make. I just don't think that I don't see it happening. I don't think Bilal will relinquish the title. I don't think Bilal will even accept the fact that they move to an interim title for welterweight because again, it's been so soon since Bilal won the fucking title to begin with. Um, and I think Alex and Magomed Ankalaev are game. They both posted that cell phone emoji on different social media platforms. I think they're ready. I think they want the fight to happen, and I think it's going to happen. I know there's a lot of concern about whether Alex will have enough rest, whether Ankalaev will even take the shot. I think both fighters will. I think Ankalaev will take it because he doesn't fucking know whether another one will come to him or not. Dana told him to make his last fight against Rakic entertaining. It really wasn't. And Alex will take the fight because he's the absolute fucking G. And I think if he takes the fight, he's going to get Fighter of the Year over Ilia Topuria because he's fighting nonstop and he's winning nonstop, more so than Ilia. And I would argue his fights are a bit more entertaining than Ilia's fights. It's a tight race. Ilia's fights are very entertaining, but I think it's neck and neck, and I think Alex would edge him out. Either way, I think that Alex versus Magomed Ankalaev is way more plausible and possible than Kamaru Usman versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. But anyway, this video is about Kamaru Usman versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. I will talk to you guys about what I think will happen and what I think the outcome will be. So, you got Shavkat Rakhmonov, a submission master, 100% finish rate. No fighter has survived a full fight with him. His squeeze is legendary. He doesn't even have to have submissions fully in for him to tap you. His striking is adequate. I wouldn't say it's amazing or excellent. It's adequate, but it's really his submissions and his ability to bring the fight to the ground that's so noteworthy and amazing and really fun to watch. He knows where to be and how to get you in situations where he's completely comfortable and you're not. He knows little tips and tricks to bring you to the ground regardless of whether you want to or not. And then once he has you on the ground, he's going to chase a submission, and he's most likely going to get it, and it doesn't really have to be fully in. So he's fighting a bona fide, certified UFC legend. Some may say the welterweight GOAT, if you will, in Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman was riding high for a long time until he got knocked out by Leon Edwards. I still think it's a fluke. Completely lucky shot. It hit. Kamaru got knocked out, and then afterwards it was basically fucking downhill. Usman lost to a handful of fighters, most recently losing to Shavkat. Not Shavkat. Most recently losing to Khamzat in a late notice fight, but that he did well in. It went the full 3, and it went to a decision. And I think Kamaru arguably beat Khamzat there. So it shows how good Kamaru Usman still is. He's not. I don't think he's out of his prime. I think he's just nearing. He's where Aldo's at. He's where Jose Aldo's at. You're just breaking out of your prime. You're still within the lines of your prime though. So I think Kamaru Usman's still there. He's still hungry, and there's a good chance he gets the belt. So when these two come together, you got to look at their skills. You got to look at how that meshes. like I said, Shavkat is a very, very dangerous fighter, and it's so dangerous with him. He doesn't have to get any submission fully in. He just needs to get near it, and then all he's got to do is just fucking squeeze, and you'll tap. And his striking, again, while not excellent, is there. He does have a semblance of striking. It's just not. It's not wow. It's just kind of there, you know. And that's where I feel like Kamaru Usman needs to capitalize and will capitalize. I don't think Usman should entertain a fight on the ground, even though Kamaru Usman is really good. His ground game is really good. I think Shavkat eclipses his just by a little, and that's just looking at their previous fights, man. So I don't think Kamaru Usman should look to bring this fight to the ground. If it does get to the ground, I think he should fight to really get himself back on the fucking feet immediately. And I think what he should look to do is outclass Shavkat on the feet. Just outclass Shavkat on the feet. I think it could be done. Joff Neal was doing it. I think Joff Neal was giving Shavkat Rakhmonov a really hard time on the feet, and then Shavkat was able to catch Joff Neal in a standing rear naked. So that was really cool. It was a guillotine and a rear naked. It was something standing, and Shavkat really just squeezed on it and tapped Joff Neal out. So I think Kamaru Usman has a really good chance to outclass Shavkat on the feet. Like I said, Shavkat's striking is there, but it isn't excellent. And I think that's where Kamaru Usman needs to capitalize, because Kamaru Usman striking, uh, I would say, is great. I don't think it's like tippity top Alex Pereira level, but I would call it great. I think he's got a really nice cross. He's got really good spatial awareness with his striking, and I think that's what Kamaru needs to use to keep Shavkat at bay, to keep Shavkat away from him to the point where Shavkat can't get a hold of him, and also to size something up that could be really heavy and big in terms of a punch. If he can use some sort of movement, or try to feint or strike at some sort of angle to line up a really big shot that could sleep Shavkat. I think it can. Shavkat's chin is really good. I'm not saying Shavkat's chin is not good, but like I said, Usman has this type of striking style where he could set up something really nice and like really precise and heavy, and we saw that against Jorge Masvidal. So I think Usman could get it done on the feet. I don't know if Usman could get it done on the ground though. I think Shavkat eclipses Kamaru Usman's ground game just a touch. So I think if it goes to the ground, Kamaru Usman is in great danger, and Shavkat can just really really heavily search for submission and not even have to fully get it in for him to tap Usman. So I think Usman needs to get right up from the fucking ground immediately and continue to strike with Shavkat. Gauge distance, be patient, and stalk Shavkat and look for that one precise game-ending opening and throw it with all the fucking power you've got, and hopefully it clips Shavkat and sleeps him. You don't really know. I think Usman's a really good fighter. I think he's still within his prime range, and I think it's a tough shot. It's a tough fight for Shavkat, but I also think it's a tough shot. It's a tough fight for Shavkat, but I also think it's a tough fight for Usman as well, because Shavkat is really dangerous. He's got a really good ground game. He knows how to bring the fight to the ground when he wants to, and from there, he does not need to have fucking submissions fully locked in. He doesn't need to have them locked in. It just needs to nearly be there for him to fucking wrap his fucking arms around you and just squeeze in and just submit the life out of you. So I think Usman needs to be aware of that. Bring himself right back up to the fucking feet if he gets taken down, and continue to work on Shavkat on the feet and outclass him, and pick Shavkat apart on the feet, even point fight if he wants to. Just try to strike with Shavkat to collect points, or like I said, just size up that really big punch, that really big shot to throw at Khamzat and sleep him, because I think Kamaru Usman is really good at that and can get that done. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, or if you don't. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next.